Few voices in country music have the power to soothe grief like Vince Gill's. From his tender high tenor to the honest storytelling in his songs, Gill has earned a place among the genre's most revered names. With 22 Grammy Awards and decades of celebrated work, he has built a legacy on humility, heart, and authenticity. Yet behind the accolades and public persona lies a life marked by personal loss, difficult decisions, and quiet resilience. The struggles he has faced, both private and public, have shaped the music we love and the man behind the melodies. Childhood shattered by tragedy. In 1968, Vince Gill was just 11 years old, living a happy, ordinary life in Norman, Oklahoma. His father, J. Stanley Gill, a federal judge and amateur musician, often played alongside him, nurturing Vince's early love for music. Life was simple: school, family meals, and the comfort of picking out melodies on his 4-string tenor guitar. But one devastating phone call changed everything. His older half-brother, Bob Cohen, had been in a severe car accident. The trauma that followed left Bob with permanent brain damage, transforming the family's world and leaving young Vince to navigate grief he was too small to fully understand. A brother lost in life. Bob's accident did not only alter his life, it altered the entire family's emotional landscape. For Vince, the hospital became a place of fear and uncertainty. The brother who had been full of laughter, mischief, and energy was gone, replaced by a shell trapped in an unresponsive body. Vince watched helplessly as his parents grieved silently, struggling to accept a son who was alive but no longer present. For the next 25 years, Bob remained in this condition, leaving an indelible mark on Vince's heart and his art. That formative loss infused his music with an unmatched tenderness and empathy. Channeling grief through music. By 1993, Bob had passed away and Vince was a celebrated musician. That same year, he released Let There Be Peace on Earth, a Christmas album carrying deep emotional resonance. One song, It Won't Be the Same This Year, reflected his ongoing grief, expressing the absence of someone loved long before death. In interviews, Vince has said, "Every time I sing that song, I see that 11-year-old boy again." This personal tragedy shaped not only his childhood, but the very soul of his music, giving it depth, authenticity, and emotional resonance that could never be manufactured by fame or commercial ambition. Walking away from fame. By the late 1980s, Vince Gill was recognized in Nashville studios, but not yet a star. He had played guitar and sung for Pure Prairie League and released 2 solo albums with RCA Records. Critics praised his voice, fellow musicians admired his guitar skills, but the charts remained indifferent. Then came an extraordinary opportunity. Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits invited Vince to join the band as a full-time member. At the height of their global fame, this was a dream for most artists. But Vince hesitated and ultimately declined, valuing creative honesty over immediate superstardom. Choosing art over arena fame. Vince reflected on the choice later. "I'd rather be me at a small club than someone else in a sold-out arena." Turning down Dire Straits was not easy. The money, fame, and exposure could have changed his life, yet he risked them all to pursue his own artistic voice. His patience paid off when he released When I Call Your Name. The album became a defining moment in country music, earning him his first Grammy. By choosing authenticity over fame, Vince carved his own path, proving that staying true to oneself can eventually lead to both artistic and personal fulfillment. A love that defied expectations. In December 1993, Vince met Amy Grant during a television special in Tulsa. Their connection was immediate yet understated, rooted in compassion rather than flirtation. Over several years, their paths crossed through music collaborations and holiday concerts. At the time, both were in struggling marriages, Vince with Janice Oliver and Amy with Gary Chapman. Despite the scrutiny of the public eye, their growing bond was never reckless. It was human, rooted in mutual understanding. After careful navigation of their personal realities, Vince and Amy married in March 2000 in an intimate ceremony outside Nashville. marking a love story defined by patience, devotion, and emotional truth, stepping into a legendary role. When Glenn Frey of the Eagles passed away in 2016, the music world mourned a voice and presence that defined the band. Vince Gill, long an admirer of the Eagles, had a deeper connection, shared management with Frey, and years of observing their music firsthand. When approached to join the Eagles alongside Deacon Frey for their 2017 Classic West and Classic East shows, Vince accepted immediately. He wasn't there to replace Glenn, but to honor the music's spirit. Through meticulous rehearsals and deep respect, he integrated seamlessly. The first performance at Dodger Stadium proved electric, earning standing ovations and praise for his ability to honor a legacy without imitation. Facing backlash with grace. Not all fans approved of a country singer joining a rock institution. Critics questioned the decision, labeling the new lineup as a tribute act. Vince, as ever, remained composed, explaining that his goal was to honor Glenn and the music. Don Henley later said of Vince, "He knows how to be in a band." His humility and professionalism in navigating both legacy and criticism only reinforced the respect of fans and peers alike. Through it all, Vince continued to prioritize integrity, showing that personal values and artistic dedication can coexist even in high-pressure, highly scrutinized environments. Love and devotion in adversity life tested Vince and Amy's bond in profound ways. In 2020, a routine medical check revealed Amy had a rare congenital heart defect requiring urgent surgery. Vince remained her constant support through recovery, demonstrating unwavering devotion. 2 years later, Amy suffered a traumatic brain injury from a bicycle accident. Vince immediately canceled concerts to care for her, prioritizing love over career. His steadfast presence through health crises reinforced a lifelong commitment that no stage, no audience, no accolade mattered more than the well-being of the person he loved most. Their story became one of grace under pressure and steadfast companionship. Reinvention at 67. Even after decades of acclaim, Vince Gill has not slowed his creative drive. At 67, he writes music not for charts, but for healing, reflection, and truth. Songs like Forever Changed, inspired by stories of childhood trauma, show his continuing ability to convey pain with empathy. Tracks such as Worlds Apart and My Kind of Woman, My Kind of Man demonstrate that his artistry has deepened over time. Vince now focuses on observation rather than judgment, capturing life's quiet joys and losses. He collaborates with younger musicians and writes songs that matter, proving that genuine artistry is timeless and evolves with lived experience. Legacy of silence and reflection. Through loss, career choices, love, caregiving, and reinvention, Vince Gill has shown that quiet reflection can be as powerful as public accolades. His journey teaches that grief, patience, and steadfast devotion shape character as profoundly as talent and recognition. Vince's music resonates not just because of his technical skill, but because it carries the weight of lived experience, the authenticity of a man who has loved, lost, and grown. His story is a testament to the power of staying true to oneself, the importance of emotional honesty, and the enduring beauty of music born from the heart. The songs that last Vince Gill's life and career remind us that music is more than entertainment. It is a vessel for memory, empathy, and connection. From childhood tragedy to career-defining albums, from love that defied expectations to stepping into the Eagles' legacy, his journey is extraordinary. His songs endure because they speak to universal truths: loss, love, hope, and resilience. Whether through the tender notes of Go Rest High on That Mountain or the heartfelt lyrics of When I Call Your Name, Vince Gill has crafted a legacy that will continue to resonate for generations. Which of his songs has stayed with you the longest?